Hello Internet, my name is Henrylitz, and this is going to be a difficult video for me to make because, this is kind of a personal story, just a little bit, you know? And that's why I'm gonna play BTD6, so I guess you can sit back, relax, and enjoy while I talk about something. Alright, so basically, I entered college this year, and, it was very exciting. I entered software engineering, and it's actually quite awesome. But I'm not gonna talk about college and stuff because that's not the main part of the story. But basically, I have a few friends there in college, and basically, one of the friends told me that he met a girl that was in like a public group of our college, and he told me she's from Montenegro. She needs help with like I don't know Python programming because that's at the time we learned that. And basically, she did had very very good grades during high school. And I was like, all right, that's pretty cool. And then I was like, all right, for first week, I actually didn't know about her at all. Like I basically at that time I met with colleagues in college, but the second week that's when that happened. And the second week, I learned that all right, she's from Montenegro, but she's coming to Belgrade, like literally like next week. So I was like, all right, I'll help you out, I guess. Like learn the basics in Python. About like I don't know variables, for example, or if statements or whatever. I thought it was pretty interesting. Because I mean, she literally asked me to help her, so I did. And when she came to college, she was pretty nice and stuff. Offering me. I didn't expect this, but she offered me chocolate or whatever. I was like, "What?" I mean, I was not like confused or anything, but you know, it was good for a while. And then like the first test happened. You know, again, she offered help. I helped her. I made like a document with like questions and answers that may come up in the test, and she got like a 70% score. And for a student that never did programming in her life, that was pretty good. And basically later, I learned, like when you met people, people are like, all right, this person is really cool. I wanna, learn more stuff about this guy or this person. But like when you learn about someone, you might learn some bad things about that person, and those bad things are that she's a heavy smoker. So I don't really have an issue, you know, with a lot of these things. Like usually I do not care, and stuff. Uh, and also drinker. Like I don't care if you drink or anything, or go to clubs and stuff. But if you tell me I'm not gonna drink anymore, and tell me I don't know, and then tell me I'm not gonna drink anymore, and 2 days later you drink, that's where my respect kind of goes away. Um, and yeah, basically, I don't live in Belgrade, and there's like clubs and stuff, and I used to go by bus, but I couldn't come because after midnight there was no buses, so you literally have to wait until the morning. So that's why I couldn't risk it sometimes. And I'm not against any of this, but it is a pretty weird time, especially when you're in college, to fucking go to clubs and stuff and fuck around. Well, it's a little bit serious than that. But according to her, like she told my friend that she had like a diploma. She also told me the same thing too in her high school, and I was a little bit suspicious because of the things she was doing. While she was in Serbia, and I was like, Do you actually have like a diploma? Are you lying to me about your high school grades or whatever?" And she said no. How could you think that? And she was like, showing that she actually had a diploma. I said okay, but it was still pretty weird, you know. Uh, and sometimes I was like, is it what is this what you like women do usually, or is it just her? And I just simply had no idea. I generally didn't. And it's not only that, but also like you have to think about like the future in a sense that can you even control yourself in a situation? Can you control yourself with smoking, drinking, etc.? Because if you can't, then well, what can I say? Literally nothing. All right. So another thing that happened is that the colleagues were. I mean, they were kind of noticing something, like her looks on her face were kind of weird. Not weird in the sense that she looked ugly or anything, but like she had like uh, how is it called? Eyeshadows, I guess. Like heavy eyeshadows. Her clothing was weird, and people told me, like my friends in college said, dude, stop. You gotta stop, like talking to her. And I was like, all right, but I just wanted to find out like how much she's lying to me. And then she was like in a call. We had like a private group, like when I helped like her exam. We had a private group on WhatsApp, and there was like that friend which introduced him to her, and there was like two other girls in that group, and they were going to like I don't know some club and stuff, which was fine and all. But then one of the girls like made a video call or whatever, and my friend entered there in that call, and one of the girls said that he was fuckable, and I believe that's her. So that was like literally it for me. You know what's funny? When I after that video call, I was really pissed. Not at my friend, but at her, uh, because she was being friends with those guys, and basically, I was basically over time less and less hanging out with her, and she was noticing this, and she was like, "Why are you not like hanging out with me? Like, what is happening? Are you mad or something?" And then I said yes, and I was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna tell her the reason why I'm mad at her because, like." She's gonna realize anyway after like 2 weeks, and I told her about like the situation, about the video call, about like what I don't like about her, like she's doing. And I think that's a good thing to do because, if you just wait, then you're you're probably gonna feel worse, I think, uh and your problems are gonna go away sooner. And I told her, dude, I can't talk to you anymore. I can't always help you, man. And it's kind of fucked up what you did. And she was like, oh, if the other girls told me, told him that he was fuckable, that doesn't mean it's me. And then I said, if it's not you, then why are you friends with them? Like, seriously. I don't, like, these are not the people, like, you literally don't have any brains to fucking stop being friends with them if they're acting this way. So therefore, I can't hang out with you. I'm sorry. So when I told her about this, the messages she wrote to me, were, I don't know how to describe them. I was literally like sleeping, and then I woke up, wrote her messages, and my fucking legs started hurting so bad. I felt like I was cursed. And the next day, okay, I this is like a separate story. But the next day, I was going with my friend to my hometown. Like, we finished college, and the fucking, listen, we crossed like the red light, like the traffic red light, the passenger red light, and the fucking police saw us, and they fined us. Literally the next day, dude. Like, it was an actual curse. It was an actual curse. But yeah, like she got very pissed. And she said, and the key word that she said in the entire conversation that day was that that you will need someone like me, in a sense that she will help me or whatever. And I was like, "Are you sure about that?" And she said yes. Oh boy, she shouldn't have said that at all. And yeah, since then we didn't really talk. So we had like this Python programming, and that went through. But then later, in web programming, there was like this test coming up, and on WhatsApp, I believe, she asked me again. Yeah, it's kind of stupid to ask you. By the way, keyword stupid to ask you, but can you help me with web programming? And I did not answer because no, I simply couldn't. I'm sorry. You're literally telling me I'm wrong, and then after a month you tell me, "Oh, can you please help me with this?" Like, I'm sorry, but you made mistakes. So, no, I can't. Anyway, here's another thing. There's another friend in college I have, and after we stopped talking at all, he told me she has a Snapchat because like after that event, I told my friends what happened, and yeah, they were shocked at her. I mean, but it doesn't matter. So basically, one of my friends told me she has a Snapchat. By the way, I don't really use Snapchat, so I don't really know how things work. But apparently, there was like Snapchat points, and to my knowledge, yeah, he told me that she had around over 1 million Snapchat points. I was like, what the fuck? What does that mean? Is that like karma, like Reddit? And he told me no. That's like, it's like sending a message to someone or an image to someone. You get like a point or two, and I was like, what the fuck? So she was literally getting like 1 million points off of that, and you know what's funny? He showed me like two screenshots, or at least two posts that she made. One of them was actually me like having a casual conversation with her. So basically, I didn't know anything about this, by the way. Before we fucking had an argument, and basically she was like on Snapchat like casually putting like everything on public, like what we said. So this is, I guess, kind of a counter of why I'm making this video, because she made that public, like my and her DMs, and now I'm making this video. Obviously, I'm not gonna, leak her full name, because that's gonna be an issue for both of us. So that's why I'm not doing it. But it's still kind of fucked up, like leaking our DMs and stuff. And a second screenshot was her like chatting with dad, and dad was like, his dad was basically like, "Oh, how are you doing? Can you send me like a selfie or whatever?" And she was like fucking crying. It was very funny indeed. And and the dad said the funniest thing that her dad said in that screenshot was that doesn't look like you. I hope you are okay. And I honestly feel more bad for her dad than herself. And basically, the last ever message she sent me was like, "Happy birthday." And I said thanks, and that's about it. So yeah, that's kind of it. So if you're like, don't be desperate. Like, it's better if you're like looking for a girl and stuff. I mean, I wasn't. It was just a pure coincidence, I guess. But be careful because, firstly learn about that person, and then decide for yourself if it's worth it or not. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video, I guess. Bye.